Hello, okay, the next episode. I can post Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, Sundays after work if there's anything interesting to say. This one is what am I listening to recently? I've got 10 CDs here that I'm listening to recently, and I'll go in to it. First one is the last album by Megadeth, which I bought on release day. Like all recent albums, The Sick, The Dying, The Dead, Dystopia, and this one, they follow a pattern. I mean, I like Tipping Point, I Don't Care. Let There Be Shreds a bit corny, but it works. And then from Puppet Parade onwards, like, it sort of meshes into sort of like the same kind of thing. Like Another Bad Days are okay, but Made to Kill and Obey the Call and I Am More are kind of all similar, um, really. But I can see why they would call it Day After This album, but I don't. I mean, I don't think they will. But the playing on it is um, brilliant by Dave and the band. Um, but after the first few songs, it sort of tails off, and uh, the last note, which is a good one to end on, but it's sort of like you'd have thought they would want to sort of make it hammer home throughout the whole album, but I mean it's not the worst Megadeth album. It's not my favourite Megadeth album, but it's a decent way for them to finish on. I'll probably say my favourite song is probably I Don't Care and Puppet Parade mainly, but yeah, Megadeth. Now up is probably one that I'll consider uh, maybe contender for album of the year already, and that is the new Creator album. I mean, I like Creator. I first discovered it a bit late in 2022 when I went to Hellfest in France, and they were on, and I was pretty impressed by them. So I went out to buy stuff. I mean, I thought really like the singer. Millie is really full on with his vocals. But this song throughout, I mean, I've played this album constantly. It's just got the sort of like the nodding along moments. It's sort of like from the Dave the first song Seven Servants. It's got all the right riffs in the right places to get you nodding your head. It's got the brilliant title track "Crushes of the World," which is what was put out, and it's got that chorus that will get everyone going on in concert. I missed them this time round because it was on a Friday when I was working that day. I didn't go on. Barbarian again is another. You can just sit there and nod your head to it, and it's like Blood of Our Blood, Come Bandits, Psychotic Imperator. Death Scream is a bit like repetitive, really. The sort of like a Death Scream, and Loyal to the Grave. So they obviously made this album. I enjoyed Hate Uber Alice, but did that one get well received? I don't know, but this to me just follows it, and unless something else comes out that's going to be equally as good as this, maybe the new Wingmen, which is completely different to this, but this might be the album of the year for me, Creator, Crushes of the World. Next up was my third concert of the year, Cryptopsy, which they played None So Vile in full. So I went back to revisit this one. I mean, I like Blasphemy Made Fresh. I mean, I don't really know much of the newest stuff, but I just like Lord Worms. He wasn't there at the concert one I saw, but I just like his screams on this. I mean, everybody knows this one. I can't see like when a newer slam band comes along. It just, some of it I like and some of it I don't like. But I just go back to what I knew when I was growing up, and you can't really top Lord Worm really. I don't think any other like I don't really like Internal Bleeding. I mean they're okay, but I like Dying Fetus. I mean who doesn't? But Blasphemy Made Fresh, this one are all great. So I've been listening to this since January. Well, just revisited it. Next up, classic punk, which I had on the weekend. Crust. The Feeding of the 5000s. Steve Ignorant here. It's just like brilliant cross punk. Like the entire album from start to finish is just a classic. Really, I don't really feel I need to go over this. Did they owe us a living? It's like, of course they do. Of course they do. But yeah, it's just a great album. Another Cross album. Some people might know it. Subhumans, The Day the Country Died. I don't think this band have had the success that they deserve. Really, they sort of gone under the radar for a lot of it. I mean, All Gone Dead, Minority. I mean, World Else Dying World. I Don't Want to Die. Big Brother, New Age. Zyklon's B Movie, No More Gigs. I imagine most people would know Subhumans. Who like, but you just, even when you go to see them at a festival, they sometimes play 3 gigs in one weekend. I don't know how where the singer gets the energy from. I mean, it's like you see them on the Friday, you see them on the Saturday, and you see them on the Sunday. And they were my first gig of the year at 100 Club. Off to see them again sometime in January. Well worth checking out, but to me, this is still my favourite album by them. The Day the Country Died. The day next up, well, no need of introduction here. My second favourite album of all time. This is La Folie by the Stranglers. Folie. This is the 2017 classic collection revisited album. This, like, they did a series of the first 6 albums. I mean, to me, the reason why I love this album from start to finish is because it starts off with Non-Stop, then it goes on into Everybody Loves You When You're Dead, which is you can't get to, well, apart from the Raven, you can't really get too much better openers than that. Then it goes into Tramp, which they were going to release as a single after Golden Brown, but JJ didn't want the singer Hugh to have the 2 most famous songs by the band back to back, so they released La Folie instead, which is 6 minutes long about human cannibalism, sung in French. Everybody seems to love The Man They Love to Hate on this album because it's sung by JJ, but I mean I do like it, but I think stuff like Pin Up is in my top 10 Strangler songs. It's just they played it on the last tour, which was a bit of a surprise. How to Find True Love and Happiness in the Present Day. It's just like It Only Takes Two to Tango is a bit of it's a bit of a sort of like filler on it, but I just love the keyboards, the Hugh's voice, JJ's bass, and it sounds like mainstream but not mainstream. And with this one, you get B-sides like Viet America, which is just as good as the A-sides, really. But I imagine most fans know this one. Yeah, so my favourite songs on here, like Everybody Loves You When You're Dead, is in my top 10 Strangler song of all time. Let Me Introduce You to the Family is in my top 10, and Pin Up's in my top 10. So this album has 3 Strangler songs. That's in my top 10 Strangler songs of all time. So I've been playing it constantly since I was 4. Next up are bands I've seen live recently in concert, and you just can't go wrong with Stiff Little Fingers live. But this is my favourite live album by them. Flight of Fags. I saw them at the Roundhouse in Camden, so it's just like whenever I see them live, I always put this album on. I mean, everything like Nobody's Hero, Roots, Radicals, Rockers and Reggae. I mean, that's a cover version, but it's still brilliant. Just Fade Away, Barbed One, Johnny Was, Wasted Live, Flight of Fag, Suspect Device, Doesn't Make It Alright. That's another cover song, but they do a great live. So after I see Stiff Little Fingers live, I just like to put this on for a couple of months. I've seen they've announced a few more shows in Northampton, I think it is. So I think I might have to go on to that way. I mean, I can't see them going on for much longer now. They've been going for 49 years, but Jake Burns is a legend. He can go on forever, hopefully. Next up is 3 albums by a band I saw. My third favourite band, The Damned. I saw them at Wembley Arena on their 50th anniversary show, and at the start of the year they put out this covers album, Not Like Anybody Else. It's a tribute to their former member, Brian James. I mean, there's things like There's a Ghost in My House. They covered Summer in the City, which the Stranglers did a cover of as well in 1997. I think this was Captain's Choice. See Emily Play by Pink Floyd. I can only imagine he sort of like, because he's a massive Pink Floyd fan. I'm Not Like Anybody Else. Heart Full of Soul. I mean, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the stuff they like, because they like a lot of psychedelic stuff. But it's like a good tribute. It's a good tribute. I missed out on all the singles that they released on the website. It was like limited to 500 singles, and they released 3 singles, and they now go for stupid amounts of money on the internet. But I didn't even go to the concert in Manchester either. I went to the Wembley Arena. I'm thinking of going to Glasgow, because I'll be there for the Stranglers, so I might just have a long weekend and see the Stranglers twice and the Damned again. So, but the Wembley Arena show was a good one. I'm in the minority fan. Well, I think some of them really like this. Some of them don't.